All right, guys, Positive Pixel Day. We're going to talk about the upsides of owning the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro. And we're also going to discuss a few things that you guys keep slamming my box with for some reason. I don't care what other people say. Sometimes we're going to talk about a few things in this video. So this is part 4, the truth about the Pixel 6 devices. And this is the Pixel 6 I'm recording with. Let's go. All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So today is Positive Pixel Day. So I made 3 other videos on the truth about the Pixel 6 devices, and none of them were pretty much kind of trashing the Pixel. I was just bringing the truth about how I feel about these devices, and I also gave you an opportunity to speak out on how you feel about the devices and having your experience. In part 3, that was definitely your opportunity to truly vent, because that was after the security patch for January. Now, for me, as I've stated in every video I've done pretty much on the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro, my Pixel 6 is back there. I put it for sale. Let me clarify something real quick. I put it for sale because I'm going to be switching predominantly to using the Pixel 6 Pro. So people instantly figured, oh my God, is he not down with Pixel no more? No. I bought that Pixel 6, and so that's why I'm selling that one. And there's nothing wrong with that Pixel 6. It has Whitestone Dome on it. I just put it for sale because I'm going to start using the bigger one as the main device. So, with that being said, Team Pixel. So, here in this video right here, I guess this is part 4. I just wanted to reiterate how great my experience has been with the Pixel devices. Now, as I stated initially, I haven't been one of those people that had a bunch of problems with their Pixel 6. The one thing that went wrong for me was the fingerprint reader. And it's not even that the fingerprint reader went bad. It's just that I wanted to use a screen protector on all of my devices. And with my Pixel 6, for some reason, it refused to accept my fingers, my right thumb, with a screen protector on there. So technically, I'm not having any problems with my Pixel 6. Both of them. This is the Pixel 6 Pro, and the Pixel 6 is sitting back there. They're both fantastic devices. And I think some people get so caught up in what they think is the narrative about a device, and they forget all the great things about the device. This device, let me start by saying, this device has the top of the line voice to text, period. I have used this thing to write entire blogs on my website without doing anything. And now that they've done some upgrades, punctuation, everything is even better. So I think if we stay focused on what we think is bad about a device, we'll miss out on all the things that are actually great. So that's just one thing. The voice to text is absolutely crazy. Now, on the Pixel 6 Pro and the Pixel 6, I've always gotten really good battery. Like, great battery for what the devices are. While Android 12 does give me some kind of bad vibes about all my devices that run Android 12, it seems to be more apparent on the Pixel 6 for some reason. These things some of them are across the board. So I'm just kind of surprised that people don't talk about all the other things like call screening. Call screening, along with the voice to text, phenomenal. I've actually used now while I don't use it a lot, I'm not going to get on video and say, oh, I use it every time and make it seem like I'm just promoting these features, because I don't use them all the time, because there's not a lot of opportunities where you actually get to use them. I don't get a lot of spam calls, but I get a lot of spam texts now. And people are signing up my phone number for all these silly things, in my email as well. People are I get so many emails that are just spam, it's ridiculous. But when it comes to phone calls, I don't have very many opportunities where I get to block out some spam and actually use the call screen. Because if my family members are calling, I'm not going to put them on call screen just for fun. I'm going to answer the call because, they need to get at me and we need to discuss some things. But call screening is another phenomenal feature. It's a phenomenal functionality that can help just even the regular Joe. You'll be hard pressed not to like that functionality of these Pixel 6 devices. Now, the Pixel 6 Pro has what of the higher end specs, if you will. The larger display, as you can see here. It's got the higher resolution display, the bigger battery. Now, neither one of these devices have a headphone jack, and that's kind of disappointing. But it is what it is. They don't have one. If you want a headphone jack, buy another device, or use a dongle or adapter, or use the Pixel Buds. And I'll be giving you a follow-up on those as well. Excuse me. So, me using this larger display now, and it's just a little bit larger, but it just feels so much bigger. You know what I'm saying? This is so crazy. Beautiful, beautiful display. And people have asked about this wallpaper. It is on my Twitter, Mr. JL Williams. That's where you can find most of my wallpapers that I have on my devices. So with the Pixel having this much more bigger, beautiful, high resolution display, even coming in at $899, folks, this is still the better deal. Period. It is the better deal. There are so many positives about this device. This will be a very long video, but we can't do that. That would have to be a live stream. And I'm not live streaming anymore right now. So, screen, battery. I really shouldn't have to mention the cameras, but I'll throw up, I guess, a couple of photos, I guess. I don't know. These cameras are top notch. Someone asked about overheating. They asked about, does it record in 460 with overheat? I have shot long 4K 60 videos on this thing with no problems whatsoever. I mean, I've done it multiple times. I've used this device to shoot content on the channel. That's how much confidence I have in the phones I have. I'm willing to put them to the test. And then sometimes I'll tell you in the video, if you pay attention, sometimes okay, so real quick, this isn't a phone that I'm using. All right, so don't think this quality is coming from a phone. This is my trusty Canon SL3 with the 24mm lens, one of the best lenses on the game. And Canon's color science is absolutely fantastic. And I still do have my Sony back there with the Sigma lens. Great products, but I just happened to grab this one. Just wanted to throw it up here and use it for this video. So I've used this camera to shoot tons of footage on the channel. Oh, and by the way, I'm using natural sunlight. I've got all my LEDs off, and I just put the camera in front of my window in my office. So that just lets you know how great Canon's color science is. It's just ridiculous good. Anyway, these phones do phenomenal. They do phenomenal for video footage. It's still shocks me that people can get one touch of something and they run with it for a very long time. They literally will stay on it forever. Now, in the previous video, in part 3, I did tell you, I said, hey, listen, the fingerprint thing is getting on my nerves now, but also I'm using a screen protector that's not certified by Google. And then also, I don't like using phones without fingerprint readers. So like I said, technically, I'm not really having any major problems with my Pixels, and I never have, really. But some of you guys ride the wave, boy. You guys will hammer it in all the way until it's pushing all the way through. It's incredible. But I just feel like when it comes to the Pixel 6 devices, how quickly we forget how great they are. So the Pixel 6 I think what hurt the Pixel 6 devices is it started off with such bad press in the first 3 weeks. It's hard to make a comeback from that. But there are a ton of people out there, folks, and you are one of them that's watching them, several of you do not have a problem with your Pixel 6 devices. And I see you in the comments voicing that. So, cameras, I don't even have to, there's no question that these cameras can be used for vlogs. They can be used for all your still photography. There's just a ton that these cameras can do, and there's no reason for you not to put them to the test. I take a lot of still shots, but I don't get out as much as I used to. It's like 20 degrees outside right now too. So I'm staying in the house any chance I get. So no need to go out if I don't have to. But I just feel like with these Pixel devices, if you're having a problem, like I said in part 3, I respect it. I respect it. There's nothing I can do but respect your issues that you're having and acknowledge them. However, the majority of us out here are not having problems with the devices. Some people out there are having problems with their fingerprint reader. That seems to be the main thing. And I want to recap that because some of you guys are having the same problem I'm having with the right thumb. Isn't that weird? That's the strangest thing ever. So what do you like most about your Pixel 6 devices? Whether it be the Pixel 6 or the Pixel 6 Pro, what do you like most about it? What's your favorite feature of it? I think for me, for me, it's got to be probably the cameras, and then second, the voice to text. That comes in handy, and the reason, and everybody's going to have a different favorite feature. So we need to remember this. Everybody's going to have a different favorite feature because We're all different. And so me right now, speaking from a creator standpoint, when I talk about voice to text, I run the church website, I run my personal blog, and voice to text can come in extremely handy when I need to type out something really long. So what I'll do is I'll use the voice to text, transcribe it obviously, directly onto a Word document or directly onto the website, and then I'll save it as a draft, then finish up on a computer. I could do it from a phone, but I just like to use a bigger display sometimes. Finish up on a computer, make sure everything is right, punctuation is right, post. I can type out, it's amazing. Like if I were to give you the transcript for this video, it's going to be very long. So it's going to fill several pages probably, because the voice to text is so detailed, it grabs everything. And then when we're talking, we're not realizing all the words that we're saying. It really is like that. So that's one of my favorite features. And obviously the camera is my favorite feature. I don't really harp on battery too much because I'm getting fantastic battery, because I know battery depends on the person using the device, and it's always going to be different for each person. Some people say that the Z Flip 3 has horrible battery. The first time I used the Z Flip 3, I was getting 6-7 hours of screen on time. But when I moved to Android 12, now I have to charge it in the, excuse me, I have to charge it before the end of the day. And then I'm still getting pretty decent screen on time, but I'm getting a little bit less. I'm getting maybe 5 to 6 now with Android 12 on there. So that is why I'm not going to be that person that beats down the Pixel 6 devices forever, because these are still the best bang for your buck when it comes to buying an Android device. Now, let's talk to the people who are going to say, but Jay, you can get the S21 for $400 on Google Fi. You can. But disclaimer, disclaimer, that's my wife. All right, and we are back. So disclaimer about the S21 deal. It's the Galaxy S21 phones, whichever is left, and the smaller one is $400. But the disclaimer is that you have to keep that active for 6 months on Google Fi before you can freely do your thing. And so that's why I really didn't push that particular deal. I've pushed a lot of deals on Google Fi, but some of them are mainly for people starting up Google Fi. And for existing customers, you could do that. It's for existing customers too. But there are deals out there, folks. I'm never sitting on camera telling you guys that the other deals are bad deals, but sometimes that's all you guys have in defense. Some people, all they have in defense to try to put down the Google devices is that, oh, this phone, maybe 600, Pixel 6 600, but I can get this so-and-so device, the previous device for 400 or 600 or whatever. Those are your options. Those are your choices. You do that. But we're talking about these devices. These devices are fairly priced, especially the Pixel 6. And then the Pixel 6 Pro, while it's $899 versus the $599, there are people out there that want the little extra things that come with the Pixel 6 Pro. They're there. They want the bigger display. They want the bigger battery. They want the telephoto lens. They want all these things. And you can't fault them or tell them that it's not worth it in the end, because it's going to be worth it to them. That's the most important thing. And when you're trying to help someone with picking a device, you need to take yourself out of it and sit back and listen to them, especially if you're a person who has a lot of phones or somewhat you're tech savvy and you know about devices, but you don't want to push things that are not value to customer to regular consumers. That is where you lose out. That's where this returns come in. And if you're a business owners know churn is a word you don't want to hear. So the Pixel 6 devices, folks, the discussion is going to continue to go on. There's going to be people out there that are still having problems. Again, I acknowledge you. I hear you, son. You're having problems still. You returned yours. Well, all these different things, I got you. But there are way more people out there that are not having those issues. So if you believe that the cons outweigh the pros with the Pixel 6 devices, something's wrong. I could recommend the Pixel 6 to nearly everyone. Now, the Pixel 6 Pro might be a harder sale because it's $300 in difference, and the spec difference is, slightly better. But you do your own thinking. Think for yourself. This is where a lot of people fail in the tech community, even creators. You don't think for yourself sometimes, man. Carve out your own lane. Use the devices, give your experience. Because that's what you guys forget, I think, sometimes. This is just my experience. Since day one, I didn't have any problems. Day 20, started to have problems with the YouTube app, the Studio app. Day 30, Studio app's gone. Everything's working fine on the phone. Pixel 6 Pro, flawless ever since day one. Pixel 6 had a problem with different screen protectors. It's all documented on my channel. Problem with different screen protectors. I tried multiple ones. I'm now using the White Stone Dome on both. And the fingerprint reader on the Pixel 6, right thumb, only problem I'm having. I'm not having any problems. Bugs people are talking about, I'm fortunate that I'm not having those issues. So it is what it is. If you're having the issues, respect, try to find a workaround, sell it, do whatever you want to do, return it. I don't care. All I can tell you is that the value for customers lies in the Pixel 6 and even the Pixel 5a. It's over there. I'm not getting up to get it. Google has made their mark. Yes, they had a rough start, but I'm telling you, they're in there. I'm not going to tell people to wait and be patient and hold the device and wait for updates. No, you do your thing. But I'm telling you, these devices hit hard. It's your man Jay, part 4. Didn't plan on making this, but there's so many positive things about these phones, man. We just need to talk about it. It's just what it is. What's your favorite feature of the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro? If you have a feature, if you like the cameras or what their battery, what's good about it for you? Let's turn this table. It's your man Jay. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.